Hello everyone, we're here again with Aćim Vasić, which is a big pleasure for me. I've been really looking for this moment. Again, we have him coming back, and this time we're going to be talking about Dark Side of the Earth, a short he made in 2013. Aćim, as you can see him here, is a very talented filmmaker. Right
Thanks.
now, you're located in Paris, is that right? That's where you
Yes,
live at the
Paris.
moment?
Yeah, exactly. For the last
And
16 years.
yeah, and around a month ago, he already surprised and wowed us with his most recent work, which was Spray, which was a fascinating, no dialogue, very cleverly
Thanks.
acted and shot
Thanks.
short film about stalking, abuse, and the persecution of women.
Street
Um,
harassment, yeah.
exactly. And now we have him here with a completely different kind of project. In this case, it's a one-shot sci-fi short film. So please tell us, where did Dark Side of the Earth come from? How did that happen?
Yeah, well, basically, if I remember well, it all started, I think, yeah, as you said, I think, was it 2013 or 15? I can't remember really. Anyway, I just had the dream of the Earth and the rotation of the Earth kind of stopping. And yeah, then after I woke up, I'm like, God, that's weird. Okay, so what would happen? And then I, just started researching a bit, and was thinking about what would be if the Earth was tidally locked to the sun. So it's tidally locked. Who doesn't know it? It means that it's like with the moon for the Earth. So basically, one side is always locked to us.
Mm-hmm.
Merci. Oui, par carte, c'est possible. Sorry, just have to pay my coffee. Merci à vous. So, yeah, in the...
Excellent.
So, yeah, and I thought, okay, so what would be if the Earth was tidally locked to the sun, like if it wasn't rotating around its own axis? And then I'm like, yeah, interesting. Okay, what can we do? Maybe it could be some, a very simple short movie, la la la. Then I saw, I think, I don't remember, was it one of these big documentary TV stations made like a 50-minute episode. I can't remember. It's not Planet Earth. It's maybe Discovery Channel.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool episode, which explains kind of similar phenomenon. What will happen if the Earth's rotation stopped suddenly? The thing is, I decided to not make it stop suddenly and to stop slowly over many, many years. And that's why I found one... well, what is it called in English exactly? Like organization called ESRI, ESRI.
Mm-hmm. An agency,
And
basically, maybe?
yeah, they're based in LA, and they're all about mapping and stuff. So I found online Dr. Witold Fraszczek is called.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some Polish origin, can't remember. And I contacted him, said, look, I'm a filmmaker. I want to make something about this. I have a few questions. Would you be,
Okay.
sorry, there was
No
a
problem.
phone call. How can I tell Zoom to reject phone calls? I can't, right? I guess I can't. Anyway, so yeah, and he said, yeah, sure, I'll help you. Let me know what you want to know. So he was like, a really, really helpful consultant on the project. And basically, yeah, I asked him, the typical questions. What would be, firstly, if the Earth stopped rotating, and then he sent me some links. He explained that, yeah, because of the I think centrifugal force or and the gravity would change, or only just gravity. Can't remember. Sorry if for some scientific people if I make some ridiculous statements, but basically that, yeah, the sea would move. We just have north and south of the globe sea, and we just have
Mm-hmm.
one big continent in the center. And I said, okay, and basically, yeah, if the Earth stopped rotating right now, I think if I remember well, everything would just fly 1,500 kilometers to the side. I mean, it would be a disaster. She said, look, I can't do this. That's big budget. So can we do it small budget? It happens over like 30, 40 years, very slowly changes. And he said, yeah, sure. So la, la, la. And he told me, yeah, I think about 30, 40 years could be fine not to have any devastating effects, immediate effects. So that's why in the movie he says this information that it will happen much later, and he explains that there will be a bright side, dark side, and this golden zone, which he calls the golden zone, which much later I learned it's apparently a technical expression is Terminator line, which is funny because of the movie we all know. Anyway, in the film he calls it the golden zone, and yeah, we just went out, we shot it over I think 5 hours. It was, I think we made it in 6 or 7 shots.
Mhm.
But of course, sorry for some noise.
No problem.
So, yeah, over 6 or 7 shots. But the thing is, in the editing, as soon as he's like running like this, of
Exactly.
course, I make a cut, and so the actor doesn't die from a heart attack, because he had to run a lot and he wasn't really training for it. So, but he was great. Doug Rand, if
Exactly.
you want, yeah, I could even connect you with him. You can, even interview him if you prefer. And yeah, that's kind of it. The shoot lasts for until like 1 or 2 a.m. and we had mostly 2 takes per shot.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it could have been better, but I think we were all really happy with it. A friend of mine, Merlin Haycraft, he produced it. Basically, he said, look, here is 100 pounds, make the movie. And yeah, I just got some sandwiches and beers, and that's it, basically. The actor filmed the movie. He's a cinematographer in it.
Exactly. Yeah.
He was, holding the iPhone 5 at the time and just running like this. Of course, I told him to turn it like this so that it's better for,
Mm-hmm.
I just prefer horizontal than vertical shots.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was a really good experience, to see. I mean, I think there is a problem with the movie. Basically, it's that there is lots of talking, and if people who don't speak English watch it, they just get lost in the subtitles. They can't even look at the actor because he's constantly saying stuff, and you just need to read. You need to read all the time. And yeah, it went to a dozen festivals. There was a funny story, an article I can send you, where a producer, he went to do like a Camino, through Spain.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And he continued the Camino from Spain. He walked through Portugal and he went to Porto and submitted the movie there. And I told this story to a friend of mine who has a website called Film Industry Network. He's also based in UK.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, he wrote a funny article how a producer walked thousands of miles to submit the movie at a festival, which is kind of true. So yeah, it was
Kind
funny.
of.
And we were really lucky. The movie went to a really nice festival. Probably everyone knows Bristol Encounters in England.
Mm-hmm.
And also it was selected as a Vimeo staff pick, which was really a huge surprise. We never expected this. And that brought us, I don't know, maybe 150, 200,000 clicks over a few weeks, which was really like, wow, amazing exposure for such a simple movie, made with a phone, which, yeah, just kind of encouraged all of us to, okay, we can, keep doing something simple, creative enough, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know if you have more questions, specific ones, or
Yeah, no, I just wanted to mention that it is a simple movie, but also a great one. It's great in its simplicity. It has a really good idea and it's
thanks.
very well executed. You mentioned it's very funny because Prey doesn't have any dialogue at all, and by contrast, this one is all dialogue. Like it's the only thing you
Yeah,
have, and
yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
I'm of the opinion that there's not a perfect film, there's not a perfect project.
Yeah,
What we do is expression, and expression is always going to shift onto one side or the other. So on this case, this is the way you feel like you had to go. In my opinion, it really works because not only the script that you wrote was very good, I was meaning to ask about the scientific consulting. I had
Yeah,
the name. I had the name of the scientist and all of that, but you covered that by yourself already, so that's perfect. But not only you did a script that actually it's on point, but also you got Doug Brand to act it, which he's amazing. Basically, he manages to get you hooked through the whole thing.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
it is surprisingly convincing. He's running, he's reading. The audio manages
yeah,
to be perfect, although. So I guess
yeah.
I'm guessing
Well,
that
yeah, we
how
did. We
yeah
we did. I asked friends from Serbia who did sound design on my other short called Eight. I don't know if you have seen it.
yeah
And so I asked them, can you please help us to? We have no budget. Can you just, fix the sound? I did sound editing, put a few effects here and there, but they all did all the mix and they just made sure it sounds as convincing as it could be.
exactly
And
yeah
yeah,
no, and it works, in that sense. The sound effect is so good that the sound effect it's very carefully done in a way that actually makes you uh, kind of buy or understand. It doesn't make you mind how basically how on the fly the shooting actually is. The
yeah,
cinematography,
yeah,
obviously,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
very simplistic, just handheld, and in that sense, that was a perfect fit. Not only did he act
yeah.
it perfectly, but he also manages to handle the camera like a pro.
Yeah,
Um,
it's true.
so
It's true. I mean, he was so many shots. He just grabbed a good framing, and he had even no clue that he just didn't have time to even look at it. But
yeah,
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 he was great, and we were very lucky to have him in Paris because you don't have many American actors in Paris.
hmm
And the other thing, what I wanted to say was, yeah, many people told me that it could be a TV series, that I should try pitch it to Netflix or someone else, and definitely it could. I mean, it's a sci-fi thriller which doesn't really need special effects, but it's kind of
hmm
at the same time huge metaphor on environment, on global warming, on planet Earth, and on how we're really really lucky to have a 24-hour day and night pattern, because like, can you imagine what would be if we didn't have this? I mean, yeah, as he says in the movie, the bright side would just turn in dust over hundreds of years, and
hmm
the dark side would just be under 100 degree Celsius. I
exactly.
mean, it would just be really, yeah, bad luck,
Yeah,
time to move to Mars.
exactly.
Yeah,
No, but yeah, on that note, what I see, yeah, I see that in getting this to a longer, higher scope of production, I'm the kind of person that thinks that this should rely a lot on very powerfully written characters,
yes,
more than a lot of spectacle.
yes,
In that
very
sense,
also
yeah,
political at the same time. You can
exactly.
imagine this.
Yeah. Like for example, if a script was tackled in a long form the same way you tackled this one, like with a lot of insight into the science on it, and I mean, what I really like is that combination of at the same time it tries to be very scientific about the catastrophe that's about to happen, but on the other hand, it tries to be extremely humane about the gut answer to
Yes,
that, the instinct answer to that. So I think that could be a very nice mix to see in an actual longer form project, and that would be very
yes, yes,
interesting because normally in science fiction stories the opposite happens and the actual human aspect gets really overshadowed
yes.
by the next explosion or the next high
Yeah,
concept
the cool
surprise
effects.
they
Yeah,
want to bring you.
exactly.
So
CGI and stuff.
that's
We
something
also at the
I really
time.
liked about this one.
Thanks, thanks. At the time, there was kind of an idea which didn't work. Is that we released the movie on an app called, I think, Periscope was called at the time. It's kind of like a live stream thing, which was, of
Mm.
course, much before live streaming on YouTube and Instagram and anything. So,
Uh-huh.
and I think I tried to Periscope it just so we pretend that it's like a live footage.
Exactly, yeah.
And it didn't work. But then after I made an Instagram page. You can even find it called Witold Randowski. So it's this
Uh-huh.
scientist. He has like 5 times more followers than me. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't even do anything. I just made a page, and he just has so many followers. I have no idea how. I don't even manage it anymore, really. But yeah, anyway, the page is there. I think I put the movie on Instagram like a TV upload. So, you know, whoever finds there, it says like, he was a scientist, as if he's dead. You know, we put a movie there as well. And of course, yeah, it's on Vimeo, YouTube, and yeah.
Nice, fascinating. So that's an Instagram channel for
Yeah,
Wibo
well, there,
Brandowski.
yeah,
And
with
what kind of content do you have there?
I called him Rand, because it's Douglas Rand, the actor. But I wanted to do an homage to the scientific consultant Witold Fraszczek, so I called him Witold Brandowski, kind of a mix. No content. I just put loads of planets and tidal locking and all this explanation about, you know, what would he put there. And I followed NASA and a few other accounts, and that's it.
Nice,
nice. Yeah. It doesn't mean anything, but it's, you know, it's silly to just have
exactly.
it,
Something funny. Something funny. Something very, very, very nice. And also I was wondering, like for the shots in the short film, like when Weevil gets shot and at the line and at the end when the light comes, I guess that's supposed to be a car or something like that. Like, how did you do all of that?
Yeah, you can maybe see. I sent some making of footage. I mean, not footage, pictures. So a friend of mine, a Serbian friend, Velimir, he was kind of like a makeup artist and assistant. So basically, from one side, he was between the wall and the truck. So from one side, there was a car that just stopped there, and from the other side, Velimir just swung the lights as if, you know, just like a big flashlight, as if the car just stopped there. And of course, we don't see that because it's all from the, you know, perspective of Witold, who is just turning like this. And I think it works with sound effect. It gives an impression that there are two cars, he's surrounded, and this is the end.
Yeah, no, it is excellent. It is excellent. No, I really, really, really enjoyed it. Let's see. Apart from that,
need to plug my battery. You know, bad luck. Every time I speak to you, I'm like 5%.
What are you running low? Are you running low on battery?
Yeah, on battery. But I have it. It's no worries. I'll just plug it in. Just one second. Yeah, the only thing is now maybe the microphone quality is different. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hearing you kind of well, just very, very slightly kind of muffly or something like that. But
second, I put you on speakerphone. Yeah, because I don't have the wireless.
Okay. No, but I think it's all right. I think it's all right. So yeah, no, but on that note, yeah, it's always a pleasure to see stuff from you, and that's something very nice to see. I watch it from time to time. I really enjoyed its simplicity and how smart it is, and I really love it. I really loved it all around.
Oh man, this is crazy. I don't hear anything.
Okay, you're not hearing anything I say.
Yeah, just 1 second. I think just give me 1 second. Hopefully you can cut this in the.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
no problem.
Just 1 second. So what I'll do now, I left this place. It's the worst place I could have picked. Because I was already sitting in the cafe when I got here. I was like, shit, completely forgot. Should have gone to the river again or something. But no, I'm just going to turn into a little street here. And yeah, I mean, please repeat the last.
No, I was basically just sending glories your way, saying that that I loved all around Dark Side of the Earth. It is a lovely piece to watch. I actually watch it from time to time because it is very nicely made, and as you said, on a very, very, very low budget, and it's just quite clever and very nicely done. So it is in many ways an example of what a good, very low budget short film should be, especially a sci-fi one. So you have all of my praises and appreciation for that achievement.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to also say is,
yeah,
I have a feeling that that it's much better to watch it on the phone
Yeah,
rather than
and a
on a
screen, yeah.
computer. I don't know why, because I guess it's made on the phone, and just to have this kind of feeling of, as if you're Skyping with someone, or watching a live stream or something.
Yeah,
So,
very true. Very,
yeah.
very, very true. But yeah, another note, it's always good, lovely to see you again. I love that you again have that Totoro hat on you. Again.
Yeah.
ah, and yeah, how you been recently, basically?
Yeah, good. Thanks. I mean, just trying to film something else for my one other Instagram page. I make some kind of quirky art clips. It's called Experiment. You can find it there, but it's with X without E in the beginning. And Experiment. Yeah, I'm just doing some kind of funny, kind of weird clips. I
Nice,
did so
nice.
far with two friends, and now I found another actress who wants to do another 20 clips. Yeah, just for fun, basically. Not no profit, nothing special. And maybe we'll try to use that to, I don't know, try to find some fashion clients to do some kind of quirky clips for them one day. We'll see. I don't know, but yeah, just some little ideas that are better to be made than to just stick in the head.
No, yeah, sounds like a lovely idea, actually. Like, anyway, we all have to adapt. It is a very strange moment in time, and especially for entertainment and filmmaking.
Yeah,
I think it's all about trying to find the new thing to slowly develop, which could potentially
yeah,
become something
exactly.
bigger. So you're making the right choice there, definitely.
Yeah, and what about you? Have any filmmaking ideas? You want a nice
Well,
short
yeah,
music
yeah.
videos?
Let's say yes. Let's say yes. I have a script that I finished writing just before the lockdown began.
Ah, great. A
So
feature or
it's
short or?
a very short. Um,
Okay,
like I think it's meant to be 3 minutes long,
okay,
and almost no dialogue. There's just one scene with dialogue, and
okay.
it's in black and white.
Cool.
And in
Well,
some ways,
if you need some feedback on the script, just feel free to
yeah. You
send
know
it to
what?
me.
You know what? I'm going to send it to you. I'll do that. I'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, I often exchange with friends, and we send each other. It's yeah, I
Exactly.
don't
No,
know.
the same. The same. If there's anything I can help, any use I can be, please
Okay,
count on me. But yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. It's quite short. It's meant to be in black and white, better than in mine. Uh,
okay, cool.
and yeah, and it was an intent of me, a chance of me trying to do the most cheap thing I could do, but trying to make it interesting. So
Okay,
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. You tell me what you think. Hopefully, I'll manage to get it done. The things that now I've been wondering if I'm gonna do it in another format because of the situation.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm wondering of maybe doing it on either as a short film but in animation, as it's kind of cheap, or on the other hand maybe as a comic, as a very short comic. But we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Other than that, I'm like you in the sense that I have like 1,000 stories and dream projects I would really love to make. But it's a matter of always picking something, deciding what you want to do, and then
Yeah,
deciding the format. In my case, I'm always wondering if it should be movie, theater, comic, whatever.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
uh, because see, the problem is that I've done all of those things at some point. Like I began when I was very young doing comic books. Then I started doing short films. Then on one chance, I actually made a theatrical play,
Ah,
and
cool.
exactly. And at one point, I was dabbling in animation as well. In fact, I was a teacher of history of animation for
Ah,
a few
nice.
years. Uh,
Okay.
so yeah, you could say that I'm a complete nerd. I'm a complete subject. I'm a complete slave of all of this of the world of fiction. You could say.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's always a matter of deciding which format I should do this story on. But yeah, it's bad. At the end of the day, it's a matter of actually doing the story, telling it, and that's it. So
okay.
yeah, I'll send you the story and you tell me what you think.
Yeah.
What about you? Is there any big project looming over your head?
Not well. I mean, there are lots of big hopeful projects, but nothing big that is about to happen, unfortunately. There is a short film which we might film soon. This
Mm,
one would be in one shot, but like a really one shot.
nice.
Um, and yeah, nothing. I don't think it will be a crazy sequence shot or something. Something very simple, almost another monologue, but this time in French, because I think it wouldn't be bad to do something in French since I'm in
Nice.
France. And yeah, I don't know, we'll see. It's tricky, as you said, time to organize any filming, but things are happening. Yeah, in France, I mean, we have to wear masks,
Exactly.
but
No, we're here the
restaurants are
same.
full, streets are full. It's, yeah,
Hmm.
for now it's lively. So
Exactly. No, I see you're having an amazing weather over there. The same here. Here is
yeah.
making. Here we're literally melting away. Oh, that looks beautiful. That looks beautiful. So yeah. Then tell me, is there any nice films you've seen lately, or anything you've enjoyed watching recently?
Let me remember. I've seen a French film called 99 Francs. I don't know if
Okay.
you've heard of that. Kind
I.
of, kind of like a Fight Club and Amélie Poulain.
Mm,
Very crazy. I think Jan Konen was a director, and
uh-huh.
it's all about. It's very anti-advertising. It's about a guy who works in the advertising agency and goes nuts. And I was, very surprised positively because yeah, there are not so many amazing French films, but
Hmm.
this one was like, wow, this is crazy, and actually it makes you think about the world, about advertising, about the madness and of consumerism and everything. So yeah, that was the last thing I could remember that I could recommend.
Nice, nice. 99 francs. Okay. I'm going to keep an
99
eye.
francs, yeah, with the Jean Dujardin. He was the main guy and the artist, the one
Yeah, yeah, then Jean
which
de.
won the Oscar, black
Oh,
and white.
nice, nice, nice. So I'm going to keep an eye out for this one. That definitely sounds like something I like to get into. Recently, I was doing a script with that was close in subject matter. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, so I need to look at that one. If I had to say, poof, I haven't been seeing many films lately. In my case, I've been just mostly working, 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 working. Um, but uh, but yeah, and either probably I've been watching. Yeah, I mean, I think I said it recently, but I saw the film Naked by Mike Lai. You should watch
I
that
haven't
one.
seen that.
Well, you should watch it. It's basically it's not the funnest movie for everyone. It's basically this. It's about this very shady character. Is this man who goes from Manchester over to London in very strange circumstances. He's been engaged in a very. The movie begins with him engaging in a very in a kind of very forceful and violent sexual act, and then he straight away goes to his car and he runs away to London.
Aha.
And then we see him basically roaming around the streets of London, talking to strangers, uh, people he used to know, and basically it's a movie about. In many ways, you could say that it's about the street life, but it's more about the way I saw it is more about real life in a naked form. Funnily enough, there's nobody naked in the whole film,
Okay.
um, but it is very
Well, maybe it
interesting.
was a good marketing move, maybe to
Exactly,
name
it
it
is a
like
good
that.
marketing movie. It is a good marketing movie,
Yeah.
but it is an astounding film because it's one of those movies that when you look at them, you think that it's pretentious and it tries to be highbrow because it has
Uh-huh.
characters having very long monologues, just random people meeting in the street, acting very erratic and saying very strange stuff, and then going into very long soliloquies about society, about life, and about this and about that. But the funny thing is
Uh-huh.
that I know for a fact that that's real life because I met those people. I met those
Yeah.
people out there in the streets. And
Yeah.
it is a very fascinating thing because, and at the end, it's not a fairy tale. When you reach the end, it is exactly the same way like that, that life, that real life normally tends to go with. So in
Yeah,
that sense,
yeah.
it is a very fascinating film. It is not a typical film, but for me, it is a prime example of what filmmaking on a normal day should be.
Okay.
Uh, so it is very nice. It is very nice, and as usual, I'm always watching mostly, depending on the time, I'm either watching old horror films or very. I mean, like in terms of French films, I think the one that most quickly comes to my head right now, it's Man Bites Dog. Um, have you,
I
oh
don't
man,
know this one.
Man Bites Dog. It is let me see if I can very quickly find the French title, because honestly I forgot.
What is it called? Man bites dog.
Yeah, C'est arrivé près de chez vous.
Never heard of this. Yeah,
Oh,
maybe you can send me a link by
okay,
email.
no, exactly. I mean, it is in French, but the movie is actually Belgian. Um, Basically, it is a movie directed. It is a 1992 movie directed by Remy Belvaux, and the whole movie is in black and white, and it's a mockumentary. It is a fake documentary, so it reminded me slightly of Dark Side of Earth because it's shot kind of
Okay.
that way. But the thing is that it's a documentary where the crew is following a serial killer. So
Ah, interesting.
so they're going around, and the serial killer is showing them how he does everything, and they're following
Okay.
him on his daily life. And it is a very fascinating, a very strange, and very dark, obviously, film. But in its own way, it is very fascinating and also very, very, very cheap because
Yeah,
most of
yeah,
it is
yeah.
just dialogue. Um,
Okay, yeah, I'll check it out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It is very nice. It is very nice. Um, and
Okay.
mo- and other than that, I'm always dabbling in either reading comics or watching animated stuff. Like I'm a very big lover of Japanese animation and animation in general. Like that's how I ended
Yeah,
up
yeah.
teaching about that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, but other than that, just trying to stay safe and stay sane, and
Yeah.
trying to organize some very nice stuff here, helping out here with the guys in Cinebus.
Okay,
We're
cool.
cooking some very nice stuff, so look forward to it. And obviously, looking forward to you. We'll be showing sometime soon 8 as well.
Okay.
Yeah, really looking forward to that one as well.
Okay.
And yeah, yeah. And yeah, and hopefully you'll be around to watch the show. It's on the 30th of September in case you want to look at it or or dabble around in the chat, engage with the people in case they have any questions or just to say hi to each other. Um,
Yeah, yeah, 30th.
exactly.
I'll try to be online. Yeah.
No problem at all. No problem at all. It gets quite lively.
Okay.
It is very nice.
Okay.
And yeah, other than that, any last messages before I let you go? Anything you'd like to
No, no,
say?
that's yeah, that's it. I just want to say thank you to you and to the entire team, and because you guys are doing tough work, especially that it's all more for passion than to try sell ads or whatever, which is
Exactly.
just it's hard to be motivated. But yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity to share the movies with people who like to watch shorts, and hopefully someone will get inspired to make something great. And yeah, send me your script if you want. I'll be happy to have a quick read and just give you some feedback.
No problem at all. The only thing I like to add to that is also to say thanks to the audience because they're the ones who make all of this not only happen but also to be worthwhile. And yeah, hopefully we can in the future, sooner rather than later, be able to do even more for both the filmmakers and both the audience. Uh, so yeah, in that sense, man, enjoy the rest of the day. Enjoy the sun.
You too.
Yeah, the same. Looking forward to seeing you again for another interview like
Yeah.
this, and keep in touch for any project or any nice thing that you come up with. Um,
Thanks. Thanks.
no problem
Thanks.
at all. Have a lovely day, man. Rest well and see you next time.
Yeah. You too.
Bye,
See you.
everyone. See you.
Bye.